Hey, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm setting up my November pages. I'm using two colors of Tombow dual brush pens and a Pilot G2, some VersaFine stamping ink, this calendar builder set from Studio L2E, and then from Stampers Anonymous and Tim Holtz there are these birds. They don't have a title, but I just kind of call them anxiety birds because most of them look anxious. And I'm doing this in my Dingbats A5 dot grid notebook. The very first thing I'm doing is just like a monthly header page. It's purely decoration. It kind of just indicates that from this point on in the bullet journal until the next header page, you're going to see November. Since I am using a Pilot G2 and I'm using Tombow dual brush pens, make sure if you're doing the same that you wait in between writing out your words and filling them in or highlighting them with the Tombow, because it will smear if it hasn't dried down fully. The very next thing I'm setting up is my monthly habit tracker and then an overall monthly to-do list. I'm giving it a really quick border using both Tombow pens and just some hatch marks. I'm obviously not a perfectionist. This is just like a fun little quick border. It's nothing I'm worrying about too much. So the way I set up my habit trackers is I use one of these calendar stamps for each habit. The way Studio L2E has set up these stamps is that they do fit extremely well inside each little box for your dot grid notebook, since almost all dot grid notebooks have the same spacing. So you just choose the stamp you want that correlates with how you want your start date to work, depending on the month. I like a Sunday start, and in this case November starts on a Wednesday, so I've selected the coordinating stamp. And what I do here is I stamp one for each habit. I have 4 habits that I track in total, and then as the month goes on I will make a little dark square over the dates where I have completed that habit. And I realized November has 30 days, not 31. I figured that out after I filmed this, and I went back and whited out the 31. If I had remembered beforehand, I would have covered up the 31 on the stamp before inking it. So you're going to notice here that I put the stamp way too close to the center and it's kind of hard to stamp. And the reason is I'm almost at the end of my bullet journal. So even though my notebook is laying flat, it's not really flat. Like the left side is quite a bit higher, so stamping was a little bit of a pain. And I probably should have given up, but I'm stubborn, so I tried this 3 times until I finally just grabbed a pen and filled in the rest of the drawing. This page on the right is just my monthly to-dos. It's things that don't have a specific week, but things I need to do in the month or just remember to start this month. And then the last page I'm setting up here is my finance tracker. And if you're wondering where my monthly overview, like the month calendar is, I actually set that up a few pages before this because I had things to add already and I didn't want to wait. For this one's border, I'm just reversing the colors that I did on the other side. I'm keeping all 3 pages in this purple and gray color scheme to kind of give it more cohesion, but I didn't want to do the exact same border on both pages. If you don't have Tombows or if you don't like markers in general for borders, you can, well, obviously you don't have to do a border, but you can use washi tape or stamps. Pretty much anything can become a bullet journal border and just add a little bit of fun to a boring tracker. So this is the final layout for the 3 pages I do at the beginning of the month for November.